This next story speaks much of the community we all share, a caring community that recognizes those in need and responds. Patrice Walsh joining us now with the story of a Rochester teacher who took in a homeless student who had nowhere else to go. Patrice?
Don, we met the Sloane family while covering another story. But when we heard them talk about their newest addition, 16-year-old Khalid Scott, we knew we needed to share his special story.
Because she knew I was struggling. And she knew I was like house to house.
Khalid Scott was in Shari Sloane's English class at Franklin. It didn't take long for her to notice Khalid needed help.
I used to come to class most of the time hungry.
I would bring him lunch almost every day. My husband would make him lunch.
But lunch wasn't enough when Khalid found himself homeless.
His house burned down on his 16th birthday, so that was just, you know, the culminating moment where, okay, now it's time. And so he's been with us ever since.
It seemed like the right thing to do, and
that's incredible.
He needed a place to stay.
7 months later, Khalid is part of Gabriel and Shari Sloane's family.
I got a meal every night. Got a place to lay my head every night.
A place where he feels safe and wanted.
Giving a kid a place to stay, food every night, rules, and just being cared about. I'm blessed. Walking angel.
He's actually blessed me. He has actually changed my life.
Khalid has chores and rules, as well as his own space and room in the basement. So this is your own space.
This is my space.
That's pretty cool.
That is right.
He also has 2 little brothers, 2 dogs, and says he's learned what it means to be loved.
I learned here, if you're taught with love, then all you will know is love. If you always get beat and yelled at, then you will know nothing but violence.
Such a good boy, a good family. And we want to point out that Khalid Scott does have parents. He tells us they have their issues and they're struggling and cannot take care of him. The Sloanes are hoping to get legal custody, but they tell us it's a difficult process for now. They're helping Khalid find a job and keep his grades up so he can graduate from high school. He'd like to be a funeral director someday, Don, and I think he might just make it.
Hey, thank you, Patrice. Thanks for bringing